All right. Welcome to the Education Wi-Fi listening session. We are so excited to have you here. My name is Brianna Massey, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I am a senior at White Station High School, and I represent Shelby County District 2. I want you all to know that we are here today, which is because we want to represent the students of Shelby County and ensure that our focus this year is something that you guys want. We ask you to share your opinions and be open to listening to others. I am now going to allow my other facilitators to introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Anais Luna. I'm a senior at White Station High School. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I represent District 10.
Hey guys, my name's Dara Adam Lycan. I go to Arlington High School. My pronouns are she, her, and I represent District 1 on the Shelby County Youth Council.
Hi guys, my name's Devon White. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am a junior at Middle College High School, and I represent District 10 for this Shelby County Youth Council.
And Eunice has audio issues. She goes to Collegiate School of Memphis, and she represents District 7. We'll go Arlington. Yes. All right. And next slide. Welcome to the Education Committee Wi-Fi room. All right, so we can go ahead to the next one. All right, just to get used to the features here, I know we did some practice with in the last room, but if you click annotate and then draw, we can try a little game of Where's Waldo so you can find him. Oh, someone already found him. There we go. He's right there. Way to go, Jada. All right, we can clear and head to the next slide. Maybe this time everyone will get a little chance to annotate because Jada was too quick for us. All right, we can go on to the next slide. All right, for this slide, since Thanksgiving's coming up, feel free to draw a turkey. If you go to go to annotate, you have a bunch of options for draw, all that stuff. So let's see what artwork you guys got. Let's see what we can do with Zoom art.
Let's see you draw some beautiful fat birds today on this beautiful board.
Yeah, you can put your hand on the screen, try and trace it like you did in elementary school. I'm liking it. Ooh, I like that green one. It's got the little warbler thing.
Y'all are so much better with this annotating than I am. I tried to draw a turkey. It did not go well.
Yeah.
It went fine. It was a beautiful, beautiful bird. What are you talking about?
I love how we're just kind of
the heart.
to a heart. They say,
Yeah. It's
get
like,
the turkey.
make
I
this
got
happen.
it. Share the love.
Yeah. Heart too.
This red one with the little yellow feet looks so nice. That's my favorite. Whoever's doing it.
All right. Does everyone feel satisfied with their turkey? Or are y'all still? Y'all good? All right, sweet. All right, we can go ahead and clear and move on with our actual, now that we're familiar with all the tools we're going to use.
Okay, so here's our basic agenda. So obviously right now we're in our welcome check-in section. We're going to move on to our focus groups, which encompasses 2 activities, the Notepad activity and the Spectrum activity. We're going to explain these in a minute. But overall, we're just here so we can gauge what we really need to do and what direction our council can head in, and more importantly, to serve you guys.
All right, so our introduction to our Wi-Fi session. The 2 tasks, like Anissa just said, is the Notepad activity and the Spectrum activity. For the Notepad activity, we ask you to use the text option and annotation to type your opinion on the sticky notes. If there is more, the sticky notes are filled up, you can just type, beside it. It does not have to be exactly on the sticky note. And for the Spectrum activity, we actually use the stamp option in the annotation to mark where you feel your answer to the question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least and 10 being the most.
All right, so for our first question, we have, what is the main issue that you see in class? This could be anything from dealing with online learning or not having your certain clubs and extracurriculars, just anything that you see as an issue going on with either you or your classmates. So again, if you hit view options, annotate, you can hit the text option and kind of type out your response. You can, or if you prefer, you can type it out in the chat, either way, and we can just kind of read some out and just kind of discuss it from there. We'll give you all, yeah, we'll be taking a screenshot of this just so we can have it for our notes as we move on with the council. Davis, if you want to play music or something, give everyone a chance to get some ideas out, and then we can open it up. More about now that we have it written down. Feel free to unmute.
I got one. So I feel like people tend to focus more on grades than actually learning stuff that would be useful in life.
I feel
Like,
that. And it's kind of like a double-sided, because on one hand, kids don't want to fail, but then again, kids will do whatever it takes not to fail, whether it's like
they'll do
cheating.
anything just to keep their grades up. And I feel like just focusing on grades is kind of stupid in my opinion. I feel like we're in school to actually learn stuff.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like you wish some classes were pass-fail?
And I have something too, like, they're not, like, teachers are loading like a lot of information on students. They're not checking for understanding, and then they'll immediately move to another topic without actually trying to help students like better understand the information. And then they're not being as understanding as they need to be because of everything that's going on, in addition to us being students and any other responsibilities that we have. And like things for like tests and different assignments, they're just not being as understanding as I think they should be. So
Yeah, I agree with that. Especially with the pandemic, it's like just some more leniency in general.
Yeah, with the like how you guys was talking about, really what both you guys just said, to be honest, I agree with you. But I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just me. My school never really cared about what we learned. They just cared that we was able to do the work. I never, like, it's very rare, mostly only my English teachers, they're the ones that normally step out of the box and teach us something valuable. But with school, it's always just meant to get the grade and pass for some people.
Yeah, and since it's been online, the teachers haven't really thought about it being online and that there's technology issues. So if you turn in your assignment a minute late because your internet went out or something, oh no, that's 20 points off.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't understand that they have that students have technical issues, and when they have them, they're just like, oh, sorry, my laptop died.
Exactly.
The class is a few minutes late.
yeah, I have something to add on to that. Like, it's hard for students to like I mean, of course, I care about everything that I put into school, but it's hard for students to care about something, and the teachers aren't showing that they care as well. So like it goes both ways. So the teachers have to show that they're actually trying to put it in there. And I'm not saying all teachers don't care. I know a lot of my teachers care, but I have I've had several issues this year with like certain teachers over and over again. And I just came to a new school this year, like with the pandemic and everything, and it's been like a struggle with some of my teachers. So like it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
Can everyone, just to kind of know what schools we're representing, put your school in the chat?
Yeah.
Or, like say it out loud. Just kind of know who we're talking to.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to speak to something they wrote down, just so we can talk about it.
Oh, I can speak to the fact that I said the lack of care that the teachers have. I put has, but I'm in half. So, like what Jada just said, many of my teachers don't care about nothing, to be honest with you. Especially this year, I like my 9th through 11th grade year. A lot of teachers, they had like passion of what they was doing, but now they just kind of like, okay, here, this is the assignment. You can log off, and it's like, well, what about the connections that we can make? You know, although yes, it's my senior year, and I do have senioritis, and I really don't want to be on the screen, but I still want to be able to say like, this is my memories that I've had of my senior year, besides me just logging on, logging off.
Yeah. And there's a lot with like cheating. I feel like that's something, especially online, and that kind of ties in with everyone was saying about like people just want to get their grade. And do y'all agree with the fact that it's more about the due dates than learning? Because I agree with that pretty much.
I 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, someone saying?
That was.
I think Eunice, you can speak. I saw can you come off your mic?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I 100% agree that it becomes more about the due dates than learning, just because people are so focused on keeping their grades up, and they feel like that's a way to show like, hey, like I'm actually doing good in virtual school, when in reality, like you're cheating like most of the time, and then you're not really learning, just trying to like get your homework done basically.
All right. Does
Wait,
anyone else have any more thoughts on this before our next one?
I have a statement. I don't condone cheating whatsoever, but I do condone assistant. So if you take, particularly pre-cal and algebra, Mathway is the best thing ever. I'm here to tell you, if you are struggling with your math, please like look up some things to help you. If you also need assistance, like you can talk to me. I have an A in my math class because of Mathway, and also because of different apps that I use. So if you want, like, feel free to reach out to me.
What math class do you take?
I take pre-cal honors right now, but
yeah, because I might need some help. I take pre-cal right now.
I can't go past calculus.
No, I'm in pre-cal.
Don't talk to me.
Like,
all right. So all right. So we're all ready to move on just for our next one for time purposes.
mm-hmm.
All right, sweet. I think we can clear
this.
Oh, I think we skipped.
Okay, well.
Oh wait, I think we skipped a slide.
We definitely skipped a slide. I think we might skip 2, actually.
Would we want to share my? I can probably try and skip. Oh, never mind, it works.
Oh, sorry. Up now. Okay. So how do you guys feel school's equipping you this year? I mean, we kind of touched on it on the last activity, but so if you think it's if you think it's equipping you very well this year, try to annotate or put a stamp near the 10 on the line. If you think it's not really equipping you well at all this year, and there's a lot of flaws, annotate near the 1. And if you're right in the middle, you're not really sure or you're just neutral about it, put your annotation right in the middle. Looks like we're getting things a lot closer to the 10. It's equipping well in the middle. So if anyone who's like super close to 10, would anyone like to speak on that? Why you think it's equipping you very well this year?
For me, it's just kind of like, I feel like we're doing what we can in a lot of aspects. Like, obviously, it's still difficult at times, but my school's trying to ask it, because we started like a little like liaison council where some of us meet with administration, so they're trying to work with us a lot more, and like they're taking our ideas into consideration, like for senior events, to make it more enjoyable and stuff like that. So I feel like they're doing what they can with the circumstances pretty well.
That's a good thing. So it's always good that the schools try to do that and accommodate for the students. Anyone else who's close to 10, or maybe anyone who is a lot closer to the middle or to the 1? Would anyone like to speak on why they decide to put their annotation there?
So for my school, they've given us laptops, and the teachers are trying to be accommodating, but then there's just 1 or 2 teachers that don't care about any of it. If you do one thing wrong, and they act like it's regular school. If you do one thing wrong, that's a write-up. And the administration is trying to be lenient because it's online, but it's just the 1 or 2 teachers that are always just not getting it.
So it's like so you think as a whole the system's sort of doing good, but there are leaks where people just are not adapting correctly. Something like that?
Yeah.
To add to that, I agree. But I feel like for me personally, I have one teacher, and it's just because she is so old school. And I really truthfully, like my class, it has a lot of Black people in it, not to bring race into anything, but she is a little racist. So she will only accommodate to certain people, but the rest of them she wouldn't, which we're not going to talk about that. But I definitely agree with that. I feel like my school itself is my teachers are doing what they can. The school is not working with the teachers. So therefore, the teachers can't do as much as they would like to, or what they feel like they need to, because they have to follow certain things and they have to do what the school says. And I feel like that's a hindrance to the students as well as the teachers.
Yeah. Because I know my teachers will complain about the administration, and it's like back and forth. It's like we have a problem with them, the teachers will have a problem, so it's kind of jumbled.
Well, could I add on here? I would like to say that my school and my teachers are doing fine, but I don't think that the curriculum was built for this. Mm-hmm. So it kind of seems like you have, let's say history has like 92 standards. You have 92 standards that you're trying to cram online. And then with math, it's even more difficult because I hate math and I can't do math. But it's like you're sitting here and you learn one thing and then you get it, then it's in one ear out the other after the test, and I'm just done. So I feel like the curriculum wasn't really built for an online platform. That's what makes it so much harder now that that I'm here. And I see so many people cheating more because it's like every worksheet you can just find online. But yeah, I still don't believe that this is the right thing, being online, but it's the only thing we can do. So
yeah, I feel like this year at least we're learning from it, as long as we need to keep going with it.
Yeah, I know my right now, I don't know what is up, but White Station in my science book, like textbook, because I take environmental science, I take AP environmental science, and the textbook people in White Station are beefing. So they won't give us our science textbook. So my teacher literally has to find all the information that she would normally give to her other classes. She has to come up with it by herself because White Station won't help her find it. And because the textbook people are beefing with White Station, they won't give us any. So many times we literally just do random worksheets. And it's like an AP course. So like the AP test exam is going to expect us to learn what we're supposed to learn. And it's so hard. I don't like it. Wouldn't wish it on nobody.
All right, I think we can go ahead and move on to our next slide, which is a lot more like open-ended real fast for time. All right, so based on like what we've kind of like talked about and a little bit of what's come up. Oh wait, yeah.
That was, do you want to go or I?
Oh no, you go, sorry. I was just trying to move.
Okay, so it's sort of like the last question. Are there any other areas that you want to see changed or addressed? Keep in mind, what you say here, that's what we're going to try to, those are the problems that we're going to try to target in our work here at Shelby County Youth Council. Feel free to either annotate on the screen, speak out loud, or even just put it in the chat. All right, teacher accountability, less standardized.
Less standardized testing is big. It's a lot of stress.
Yeah, I especially agree with the standardized testing, especially online where we're already stretched pretty thin, because this year it seems like everything's just trying to stretch all the students to the limit.
Yeah, and you just said feel free to type in the chat if you prefer that.
And aren't they trying to move the testing to online, but it keeps crashing every time?
I think
so you can't
that's
even
happened
do
in
it?
years past with us. I don't know. Like I know this year, I don't think ours is gonna like count really.
Yeah, I can speak to that because I'm actually a building test coordinator. So yes, they are trying to move online, but yes, it is crashing. And the tests, they should not count this year. They're still playing around with it as if they will, which we all know they won't. I've been doing this for years and it's always junk. Let me say that. So yeah, they shouldn't count this year, but they're going to try to push to even try to have them in the building too, because of the internet, because they keep crashing from the company that they got it from. Yeah.
That's good. That's actually really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing that. And thank everyone else for sharing all these other problems that we will try to address here.
Yeah, I moved one from the chat over here though. Understanding that everyone learns differently, which is I feel like is huge because a lot of like really normally great students might be struggling with the new system, so it's just being able to work with that.
I especially like this flexible curriculum idea. It's really big and it's also really important. I think students would probably learn a lot better if the curriculum's more flexible to adjust to if the students start to struggle.
Mm-hmm. Would anyone else want to speak to something that they said here?
If we have time, could you guys define like what you mean by having a flexible curriculum?
Does that mean a lot? I'm guessing a lot more like support time because later it kind of talks about like more areas. Because I know my school on our Mondays that we have online, we have like little tutoring slots where people can sign up. So I guess more things like that that's geared towards the student.
Are we interested in maybe adding more representation in the schools? Like for instance, diverse literature. I feel like if we have more representation, it also will allow people to be more open with the curriculum. Yeah, I could put like a thumbs up if you understand what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean. I think asynchronous and synchronous education a little bit. Like literally, there are days kind of what you were saying before where your Mondays have like tutoring slots where there are days that it is not you in front of a screen the whole time. It's more or less you have opportunities and time to work alone, self-paced type stuff, but then also days where you're also in class. We kind of do that at my school because we're charter school, so we can, kind of make our own rules. But I think something like that would be very beneficial because it's ridiculous that y'all have to be stuck in front of a screen all day and then you get a ton of work after you get it. Like it's not cool. My heart goes out to y'all for sure in all this.
So at Arlington, we are doing like hybrid. You can choose hybrid or to do fully online. So with hybrid, you're going in person every other day. It depends on the first letter of your last name. So for some people, it does help. For some people, it doesn't. I'm doing hybrid, and it depending on the subject, it kind of does help.
Yeah. At Bartlett, we do the hybrid thing too. Well, you can choose it. And for some of the classes, I guess it helps, but like as far as like English and math, I'm doing okay in English. It's just the way like she gives her test and everything. She just assumes that everyone is cheating, so she cuts down the time for everything. Like, and then you don't end up finishing the test, and then it reflects that you don't know anything. So I've had that problem with her like multiple times, like throughout the year, and my grade has been like going up and down, like fluctuating the whole year, and it's been like so frustrating. But I've been talking to her and the administration and everything about that, and we're trying to get that settled out.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of like pressure, like obviously giving ourselves some leniency is a big part of it too, because I feel like none of us are the students we were in February of March of this year. So just understanding like if my grades are a little lower, there's also a pandemic and a bunch of other factors. So just giving ourselves grace is also part of it. And I guess kind of setting the standard for teachers to give us that same leniency that we should be giving ourselves, because that's the main gap. I hope our teachers don't expect the same quality all the time with everything going on. All right, so
these rooms are about to close. If anyone is still here and they haven't already left, thank you so much for your input. This will probably help let us help a lot of people. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
County commissioners about everything you guys talked about. So thank you guys so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you.